Hey there, so it looks like you have a question about ReCap and bringing it into Inventor and kind of what the capabilities are. So I have a drone and I flew it around my house and took 2 second interval pictures and then brought it into ReCap Photo and stitched it together. So you can see it turned out pretty darn good, if you ask me. And this is the first time I ever flew the thing. I crashed it right there and so kind of flew it around the house and it worked out pretty good. Obviously, I only did the front yard. Um, so there's a couple different options. You can go into export the model, and these are the different settings that you can use. You can scale it, do things like that. You were wondering about editing. I think the best way to do it would be to edit within ReCap. You can basically just select the pixels and delete. And I already did that with the tops of the trees here. It came in crazy. They're all big. Same thing with here and here. So I just kind of went through and selected it by window, and then same thing here and there. So like if I didn't like that, I wanted to get a little bit more straight, delete that, and then it comes out. So that's the best editing way, I would say. Then you can set up your scales, things like that with all the settings. So you have different views that you can set it to, so you can look at it solid or the actual triangles itself. So once you get that, I exported it as an OBJ and then brought it into Inventor. And so then you have it as a actual mesh. So here's your object. It comes in and it brings all the imagery in. Whereas if you export as an STL, you get it as a mesh feature, but it only dumbs it down to one color. So you have the shaded here. So for my personal opinion, I would use the OBJ because it sticks it in with all the fancy pictures. So I was going to build a wall around here. Still thinking about it. But as far as that goes, then you can measure from points. You really can't cut or use surface sculptures because it is a mesh that I've found so far. You might be able to do that. I'm not particularly sure. I haven't really found a good way of doing it. Somebody could prove me wrong. It'd be awesome. Um, but you can measure from it. So you can set up planes, for instance. So if I was going to say, okay, I want to find a plane right there to right here to right there. So that would give me a flat section all the way through it. And then you can, draw and measure and create parts, and then use this as your reference plane for the existing object. It's not necessarily a point cloud. You can do things with that as well. So this is a different thing, I guess. I believe the ReCap photo is fairly new, so as far as the implementation of it goes. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of information.